Hi, I'm Tim with Owl Eyes Wilderness Survival. I want to talk about foraging for acorns in this video and processing them. So we're actually in a really awesome spot because we're under a couple beautiful, big, mature red oaks. And a telltale sign that they're very bountiful. Well, first of all, it's like all the acorns all over the ground, but there's tons of oak saplings all throughout the woods here. Now we're on a trail, so it's actually very easy to gather the acorns. So if you come over here, I'll show you a couple acorns to start with. This is an acorn here, all right, and that's the fruit of the oak tree. That's the nut. So if we come around, we can gather quite a few, and this isn't even the best time of year. If we waited a little bit, we're in the middle of October now, but if we waited a little bit more, all the really good mature acorns are going to start dropping. So I usually wait till about November to gather them, right before the snow falls. So we'll go around, we'll gather a bunch of these, and what we're looking for is acorns that do not have the cap attached. Oh, this is actually a perfect acorn because that also has another bad example on it, is a hole, and that is the exit hole for the oak weevil larva. All right, so the adult weevil came, laid its eggs, the larva developed, and when it's ready to go, it exits out. Now the entrance hole sometimes is hard to see, but it's this tiny little black dot. So when you see those, that means the acorn is full of poop. So this is an oak leaf right here, and the red oaks have little bristle tips on the end of their lobes. The white oaks are going to be rounded. In the end, an acorn is an acorn, and all acorns are edible. But usually I go for the red oak acorns. So when I go out to gather acorns, I might bring a big basket or something if I intentionally go out and say, I'm going to gather acorns today. I'll bring a big pack basket or something, but I always make sure I have a piece of, like a bandana or a cloth bag, just so that it can fold up nicely in my pack, just in case I end up finding an acorn spot on one of my woods adventures or whatever. I don't plan on gathering acorns, because if you find a good spot, you might as well take some time to gather, even if it's 10 minutes. So when I look for acorns, what I'm going to do is lay my bag out, all right? And I'm going to just inherently look for the acorns that don't have any caps on them, and I'm going to just pick them up, look at them, throw them in the bag, all right? If they're dirty, that's okay. Just give them a quick glance over, all right? You're going to end up getting bad acorns in this method, and all that, but just make sure that you get generally good looking acorns. So we're looking for any discolorations, any large holes from the weevil larva exiting the acorn. Any really light acorns I don't gather, because that means they're probably not good nuts. But what I do is, if they're bad, I don't drop them here. I'll throw them out so I don't have to look at that acorn again. All right, now I'm on a trail here, so I'm going to just kind of make my way down the trail. But if I'm out off trail, what I do is I kind of make a grid. And I do little grid squares, and I'll gather some here, move to the next square, gather some there, move to the next square. Just make sure that you're always throwing them away if they're bad. If they're good, throw them in the basket. So I'm going to go through and just gather a whole bunch there. So this is a few examples of good acorns here. This is actually a really awesome spot because these acorns are nice and mature. So all that powder, that's just a thing that's on the red oak acorns there. That's okay. But I look at it. That looks pretty good. No discoloration. All right, this one probably will have some weevil larvae in it because there's some discoloration right here. So let's crack it open and take a peek. So I'm just going to crack this open here and see what's inside. So you open that up and you can see there's a bunch of weevil larvae in there and a bunch of poop from them eating. So that discoloration, that could be the entrance for the adult weevil. And there's the larva right there. They're not harmful. You're going to end up having to deal with these, and that's just a side effect of gathering acorns. It's just another bug that likes to eat acorns. So just be aware of those. But these guys just like to go onto the leaf debris. When they mature, then they'll mature for next year and lay their eggs. But there's all the poop, so you definitely don't want that. You want acorn flour, not poop flour. So here's about, 15 minutes of just gathering acorns. There's a couple in there. I actually see one with a hole in it now. But you might grab a couple bad ones and bring them home. That's okay. But this is a couple, 2 pounds of acorns. So we'll grab that, bring it home, rinse them off, dry them out, and then we can crack them open, blend them into flour, and leach them. Because acorns need to be leached because they have very high tannins. Unfortunately, we can't just eat them as is. They have a lot of nut meat in them, right? You crack that thin shell open. There's a whole bunch of nuts in there. But unfortunately, we can't just eat them. We got to leach them and get all those tannins out.